Hey everyone, it's Kevin here from Birchwood Hyundai. It's summer and that means it's time for another road trip. We'll be taking my 2023 Ioniq 5 Preferred Long Range out on another trip. However, the plan for this time is that we're going to make our way up to Saskatoon first and then the next day make our way down to Banff to finish the drive. And we'll be stopping up in Brandon once again, same as last year. And we might make a quick pit stop in Whitewood, Saskatchewan as well, just because we do have Tesla supercharger access now. So I just want to play around with that a little bit, see what that all looks like. We'll be making our next stop in Regina, which is going to be super exciting because they did just install a new set of Flow Ultra chargers. They are capable of up to 320 kilowatts, which should be able to charge my vehicle from 10 to 80% in about 18 minutes. From Regina, we'll make our next stop up in Saskatoon, which again, where we're going to stay overnight. Might stop at a Shell recharge station and then just plug into a wall outlet overnight. We'll be finishing our trip by stopping up in Kindersley first, which is going to be another Tesla supercharger. So play around with that a little bit more. From Kindersley, we'll go up to Hanna, Alberta. And then from there, we should be able to make it all the way to Canmore as our final charging destination, likely Electrify Canada. Play around with those. Those are going to be 350 kilowatt chargers as well. We should be able to make it right into Banff and still have about a 70% state of charge, as it isn't too far from the actual place where we're going to be staying. Planning all my different charging stops using a few different apps such as PlugShare as well as ABRP. It's telling me that my longest charging stop should be just under the 30-minute mark, with the average charge stop being right about 20 minutes. So to me, that seems incredibly reasonable. We'll see exactly what that looks like and show you guys as well. Again, charging infrastructure has changed quite a bit for my road trip from last year, so we'll take you guys along, show you what it's exactly like to take a full electric vehicle on a really good sized road trip. Alrighty, we just made it here to Brandon. I pulled into the Shell recharge station, currently pulling right at 150 kilowatts is what the vehicle is saying, and that is exactly what the station is rated for. So we're getting full power. As of right now, it's saying we'll be here for about another 11 minutes or so, and then we'll make our stretch off to Regina. Here are these beautiful new chargers that I've been super excited to try out. They're 320 kilowatt Flow chargers that were just released to the market a couple of months ago. My vehicle is pulling right around 225 kilowatts right now. I got here with about 11%, and to get to 80%, it's saying 15 minutes right now. So that's absolutely fantastic, but everything is going super well right now. For my last stretch, I've been averaging right about 24 kilowatt hours, which is basically the equivalent of liters per 100 of efficiency from a gas vehicle to an EV. So we're doing pretty darn decent here on the highway, doing about 110 kilometers an hour, right to speed limit here on the number one. But once we finish up here, our next stop will be right in Saskatoon, where we're going to use a Tesla supercharger for a bit and then plug in level 1 overnight just to bring it back to 100% so we can make our final trip down to Banff tomorrow. We finally made it down to Saskatoon. It's been a long day of driving. I stopped at a Shell recharge station here. It is a slower 50 kilowatt unit, but I do have some shopping to do anyway. So I'm just going to plug it in here, bring it back up to about 90%, and then I'll plug it into a 120 volt outlet just to bring it back to 100% overnight, as we are going to have an early morning to finish our trip down to Banff, as we're trying to be there right around 2 o'clock. So I'll catch you guys early in the morning. Good morning. It's finally the next day. We just made it to our next charging stop here. We just drove all the way down to Kindersley, Saskatchewan. It's about another 205 kilometers from Saskatoon. We, in theory, did not have to stop here to make it to our next charger, which would be in Hanna, Alberta. But we had to use the restrooms and grab some food anyway, so we just plugged in for about 10 minutes just to get a little bit extra juice so we don't have to wait as long at the next charger since we're stopping here anyway. If you guys need any tips and tricks to plan these stops in these routes, I always use two apps. The number one to use would be PlugShare. That's where you can find all the different types of charging stations, level 1s, level 2s, level 3s. Depending on wherever you're going, you can see exactly where they are on a map. Or you can also use an app called ABRP, which is short for a better route planner. That's essentially the Google Maps for an EV, where it's going to plan out your entire charging stops, tell you where to stop, for how long, and all that stuff. So that's definitely a big deal when it comes to taking a road trip in an EV, and definitely makes your life a whole lot easier. The next stop, again, as I mentioned, will be in Hanna, Alberta. It will be a supercharger again, but it will be the brand new V4 superchargers, which are a new cabinet layout, have longer charging cables, just so that's gonna make it a bit easier. Just to kind of show you guys here as well, for me to be able to plug in with the Ioniq 5, I had to go a little bit over the line and use the other supercharger, as I was supposed to use this one from where I'm parked, but I had to use the other cable, hence I'm blocking a little bit of a spot. The other ones are supposed to fix that, so we'll check those out next. Okay, we made it here to Hanna, Alberta, and I wanted to show off the new Tesla V4 superchargers. So these are the brand new cabinets that just started getting released recently. The big changes with these are that the charging cables are a whole lot longer, so significantly longer cables, and then also in the future they'll be able to charge substantially faster. So hopefully in the next little bit we'll be able to charge up to 325 kilowatts at these stations, which will make life a whole lot more of a breeze. But even right now we're getting right around 99 kilowatts, so we'll be here for right about 25 minutes or so. Okay, we finally made it here to Banff after 2 days of driving, right around 1,500 kilometers and 7 charging stops. We finally made it here. The average charge stop was right around 20 minutes, the longest being about 28 minutes, and the shortest being right around 10 minutes. So everything is very manageable. We had no issues with chargers or anything like that. And all in all, was a really, really good experience. If you guys have any questions about traveling in an EV, feel free to reach out to us directly. But thank you very much for watching.